But yeah, playing without gamma does feel a little better, honestly, because dark areas are actually pitch dark as they should be. It does add a little bit more suspense, although sometimes it's annoyingly dark, and in those cases I will bump the gamma up a little bit just so I can see what the hell I'm doing. But it does add a lot of suspense in areas that are meant to be dark, like the wooden maze in E2M6. We'll definitely be getting to that one when we cross that bridge. Oh, I didn't take any damage, sweet. Okay, so we know the door closes here, and I'm just going to wait till it opens back up again. This map always kind of stood out in my mind because when I watched my dad play the game, he stopped on this map. He played like the first 5 maps, or 6 if you count E1M6, if he found it back in the day. I'm not even sure if he did. But I remember the scare chord that it plays at the beginning of this map, the bing. For whatever reason, that stood out in my mind, and those like diagonal holes in the wall, like the grate, that always stood out to me too. So this is one. This level's beginning is always kind of striking to me. It's one of the things that I still kind of vividly remember from when I was only 3 years old. I mean, my as I like to call it, threshold of remembering generally stops at 5 or 6 years old. And even then, it's still really hazy, but, as far back as 3 or 4 years old, I still remember a detail like that. That's pretty crazy. I hope you guys are enjoying hearing the music. It's probably a little low because I have to, turn the game down so my voice and the game are more level. But, yeah, that was kind of like almost like a sin, a cardinal sin that I did on that first LP. Was not having music in the first episode, which probably has some of the best music in the game. I mean, all the music in the game is fantastic, and I shouldn't have let any of it slip by, but especially episode 1, that was just something I should not have done. Just another one of the things that went wrong. And to this day, I still don't know why Timidity didn't work, because suddenly it just started working again, so by the time I did episode 2, everything was good. But I don't know what happened. It just didn't work. But fortunately, I don't have to worry about Timidity anymore because Chocolate Doom has built-in OPL emulation. And to me, that was one of the things I was really waiting for, because when Chocolate Doom first came out in 2005, I was really impressed at how accurate it was towards Vanilla Doom. And I was like, sweet, Vanilla Doom without having to use DOSBox. Because at that time, DOSBox was kind of eh. Oh, I didn't even go through the red key door. I don't know if I did that on my first LP, but sometimes I forget to go over here. I don't know why. Brain fart, I guess. But anyway, yeah. I was really impressed with it. So when, OPL emulation finally came into the mix in about, I think 2010, maybe 2011 there. I was impressed. I was like, wow, OPL emulation. And, it was cool to have it because, OPL emulation I've always been particularly fond of. I don't use it regularly. I kind of preserve it for, more nostalgic experiences like playing with Chocolate Doom and whatnot, but it's probably one of my preferred methods of playback just because of the memories it kind of brings to me. Because that was the way I liked the music back then. I certainly liked it a hell of a lot more than the more generic OPL3 timbres that Windows had by default back, in the 9X days, for sure. However, in recent years I have gotten more used to just, regular old wavetables, although the method of music playback I used for the first Doom LP, Timidity with EAW paths, I still use that to this day. I don't use Microsoft's wavetable, mostly because it sounds so gimped in Windows 7, sadly. They really kind of effed up MIDI support for no apparent reason, I guess because it's old and they think it's like closed-minded and disgusting. Now here's one thing I don't like. I hate how you have to pick this up. I would have liked to save that, because I'm undoubtedly going to take a few hits. With all the hit scanners, you pretty much have no choice but to take a bunch of hits. And I wish they wouldn't make you pick that up. I guess I could have gone back, but, meh. I just need to make sure I clear this area out so there's nothing that I need to go back and get, because once I enter the final area, I don't believe I can go back. Because I think if you do try and go back, that the door that you open to go to the final area will close without you inside it. And then I think you have to clip. I'm not sure about that. Because I think my friend who did an LP of this game did find a way to get back in there. I left that blue armor behind. I guess I could go back and get that before I go in here. But I'm not even really that beat up on armor right now. I kind of want to keep using the plasma rifle, but it's not even in this episode, so... Okay. Well, let's go back and get it. Might as well. Oh, I didn't even get these guys. Hello. Boom. Where'd this guy go? He's like running all the way away. Oh, maybe I could just... No? Damn, I can't. That means I have to run through the radiation to get it again. I hate that. I've never liked forced damage, having to run over something. And I suppose I could have timed it so I couldn't get hurt, but it doesn't really matter. It's going to bring my armor all the way back up anyway. I've been using the chain gun quite a bit through this whole LP. Well, anyway, back to the nostalgia. I always liked OPL, and I don't use it regularly. I like to save it for more special occasions, like this. But it's cool that Chocolate Doom finally has it. I really do like Chocolate Doom. I used it to play through both Memento Moris and Icarus within this past month or so. I wanted to play them the way they were back when they first came out in the mid-90s. So that was a lot of fun. But generally I use Z-Doom for everything. Even if it's, vanilla compatible, I might as well just use it, because I'm more comfortable with it. I think I'm actually better at using Z-Doom than any other port, just because I don't know, I'm just used to it. It does change the game, the approach of the game a little bit. I keep forgetting that guy's there. So I want to bring out the rocket launcher. Because I think the physics are changed a little bit, but overall I really do like Z-Doom a lot. And I feel like I'm a little better at the game when I use Z-Doom than any other approach. Although this isn't necessarily brutally hard, but it's because I played it a million times. If I play something I'm not so familiar with like chocolate over vanilla, or chocolate over Z-Doom rather, my bad, it feels kind of weird. Not weird, but I feel like I'd make a lot more mistakes, and there's certain things I have to be aware of, like the fact that I can't run under flying enemies and stuff like that. Luckily there are none in this episode. Damn, I thought those rockets would have done some damage to him. I guess not, huh? I probably haven't ever used the chain gun so much in episode 1, but hey, why not? It's a great gun.